Every year, February 14th arrives like clockwork. Red hearts appear in every store window. Couples post matching outfits online. Restaurants offer overpriced fixed menus. And if you are not participating, someone inevitably asks, "What, you don't celebrate Valentine's Day?" Are you bitter? Are you broken? Here is the truth. Over 1/3 of adults do not actively celebrate Valentine's Day. And no, they are not all lonely or heartbroken. Many are in relationships. Some are married. They just choose not to participate. So what is really going on inside the mind of someone who opts out? Let us start with the first group. Psychologists call this internal locus of control. Simply put, these people believe their emotions and behaviors come from within, not from external forces. When society declares that today is the day for love, they resist. Not because they hate love, because they refuse to be told when to express it. To them, intimacy cannot be scheduled. Passion cannot be manufactured by a greeting card company. They do not need a calendar to validate their relationship. That is not coldness. That is autonomy. Then there is the anti-consumerist. Consider this. Americans spend nearly $26 billion on Valentine's Day every year. That is more than the GDP of some countries. The brain is wired to associate cost with value. Expensive gift equals deep love, but some people simply do not buy it. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. When you realize that a flower priced at $3 yesterday is suddenly $30 today, something clicks. You realize this is not about emotion. This is about profit. Non-celebrants often see the performance clearly. They refuse to confuse price tags with genuine affection. They are not cynical. They are conscious. Now we must acknowledge the third and most vulnerable group, the grieving. For many, February 14th is not a celebration. It is an anniversary of loss. Breakups, divorces, deaths, betrayals. The brain does not forget emotional pain. Trauma is stored in the body. When the date approaches, anxiety surfaces. Avoidance is not immaturity. It is survival. Psychologists call this a trauma anniversary reaction. Choosing not to acknowledge the day is a protective boundary. It is not bitterness, it is healing. But perhaps the most interesting group is the securely attached. Attachment theory tells us that people with secure attachment styles do not constantly seek validation from others. They do not need public displays to feel loved. They do not measure their worth by how many gifts they receive. Their love is quiet, consistent, and independent of holidays. They celebrate intimacy on Tuesday mornings in shared meals in ordinary moments. To them, Valentine's Day feels redundant. Why perform romance on command when you live it every day? Here is what nobody tells you. Not celebrating Valentine's Day is not a sign of emotional deficiency. It is often a sign of emotional intelligence. It means you refuse to perform. You refuse to prove your worth through consumption. You refuse to let a single date define your capacity for love. Some of the most loving people you know will not post anything on February 14th. Not because they have nothing to celebrate, because they celebrate differently, privately, authentically, on their own terms. So if you do not celebrate, you are not alone. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are simply loving in a way that does not require an audience. And that might be the most genuine love of all.